As we all know, 2020 was not a normal year for theme parks across the world. The effects of COVID-19 were felt far and wide, and it was no different for the parks that provide our favorite pastime. Many of these parks have still not been able to reopen, and this has affected not only the parks, but the lives of thousands and thousands of park employees who were or continue to be out of work because of the devastation this virus has caused. Even the parks that were able to open their gates last year did so with many restrictions in place. This affected the abilities of the parks to open newly built rides, operate all of their attractions, provide live entertainment, and it also affected seasonal events the park goers look forward to year after year. Kings Island is one of the parks that was able to have a delayed opening this season, and while the very popular annual Halloween Haunt along with the park's Winterfest event were canceled for the year, Kings Island, using creative ingenuity and wanting to provide the guests with a seasonal experience, did provide a scaled-down stand-in event for the Halloween Haunt. This was called the Tricks and Treats Fall Fest. This event began in late September and ran through the park's last operating day, Sunday, November 1st. And I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some of the attractions that this event offered. The effort that Kings Island put into this event could be seen immediately upon entering the park. Much of the usual haunt decor was used for theming not only at the entrance, but all around the park. From giant spiders to fog machines, there was definitely a spooky Halloween vibe almost everywhere you turned in the park. Even the employees were in on it.
Arr, mighty! At Kings Island.
That's right.
Where I park my ship at Kings Island.
One of my favorite displays each year at Haunt is the graveyard that features tombstones of past attractions of the park that are no longer operating. It is always disconcerting the years when a new memorial display is set up in this graveyard. However, this means that an upcoming announcement of the removal of an attraction at the park. This is how both the Firehawk and Vortex coasters went. The display, however, was alive and well this year at Tricks and Treats Fall Fest. Luckily, there were no new gravestones for any upcoming attraction removals. Kings Island prides itself on being a great destination for families. This event definitely had families in mind, as there were all kinds of activities set up for younger folks to enjoy with their parents. This included a trick-or-treat attraction, where kids were encouraged to wear their costumes to the park so that they could go candy hunting. There were 10 different trick-or-treat spots located throughout the park. Some of these areas were titled Pumpkin King, Scarecrow's Crossing, Pirate's Bounty, and Vampire Castle. During the couple of visits to the park that I had during this event, kids and families alike really seemed to be enjoying this. Also set up in the Planet Snoopy area of the park were these ghoulish game zones where kids could play mini versions of popular carnival games to win candy and prizes. Among these games were a basket toss, giant candy corn ring toss, a balloon pop, and a basketball game. Everybody that I saw participating in these events really seemed to be enjoying themselves. Even Peanuts characters like Peppermint Patty were getting in on the action. Another offering at Tricks and Treats Fall Fest besides these spooky meet and greets was the live entertainment. There were several locations within the park with unique fall-themed acts such as the Witch Sisters, which were located along the path between the Sweet Shop and Planet Snoopy, and also fan favorite DJ Dr. Scream Dance Party as shown here. Some of the other acts were DJ Phantom Beats, The Fangtastics, and Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown. These entertainment options all performed various fall and Halloween themed routines with their own flair and were all quite entertaining. Besides the shows, the event also featured pumpkin carving, where an artist was showing off his skills. There were multiple viewings scheduled throughout the day where guests could watch the artist carve a new pumpkin, and older carvings were left out on display for us parkgoers to view and admire. Definitely impressive. One thing that I really enjoyed for the Tricks and Treats Fall Fest event was the food and beverage options. As for the adult drinks, the park had several spooky themed adult beverages available to sample, and the one that we tried out was really good. There were 11 different tasting stations around the park that featured trick-or-treat food items. The treats were usually normal entree or dessert items, where the tricks were either a similar item with a twist, or an item that was different that had more of a spooky theme. These items could be purchased individually, or guests could purchase the tasting card to sample 6 items of their choosing from any of the tasting stations. This is the option that we went with, and we got to try the Worms and Dirt funnel cake, which was a small version of the park's funnel cake topped with chocolate, gummy worms, Oreo crumbles, and whipped cream. Other items that we tried were the fire-toasted dessert flatbread from the Little Roses Pizza Station on International Street, the Dragon's Breath wings from the Chicken Shack, which had a really nice kick to them, the Ghost Rider from Coney Barbecue, which was a portion of brisket with a unique sauce. This was really tasty, one of my favorites, but my favorite overall was probably the Death Dog from the Meteor Canteen, which is near Orion. This was a smaller portion hot dog, topped with a spicy chili and habanero cheese. This was fantastic and a great snack on a cold day. While it does look like we picked mostly tricks over treats from this fun list, there were many other fun food items that all looked good that we hope to try if the park brings back the tasting stations for their future fall events, whether that be the tricks and treats again in 2021 or the full version of the Halloween haunt. It would be nice to see these or similar food tasting options again either way. Now let's talk about the rides. While all of the previously mentioned action is going on, most of the park's attractions were still going strong, with the exception of the water attractions that close around Labor Day, such as Whitewater Canyon or Race for Your Life Charlie Brown. The park's rides were in operation with COVID prevention measures in place. Kings Island has a great rides lineup with plenty of thrilling coasters, including the new Giga Coaster Orion operating as usual. So in between trick-or-treating or food tasting, guests could queue up for their favorite thrill or family attractions, and we definitely took advantage of that. There is nothing like a ride on the Beast or Mystic Timbers through the woods, with the leaves changing color to add to the feeling of being at a fall fest. I, for one, really appreciate the effort that Kings Island put into the Tricks and Treats Fall Fest at the end of this last season. Going all out with the decorations, events for the kids and families, the live entertainment, and the food offerings during the Halloween season, I think really shows the park's commitment to providing a fun and unique experience to guests, even when everything going on outside of the gates can seem to be in a tailspin. It was really nice to have a place like this to escape to and enjoy the fall season with all of the various themed attractions that Kings Island was able to provide. Definitely looking forward to the 2021 season and what Kings Island does for seasonal events throughout this upcoming year. If you did not get to attend the Tricks and Treats Fall Fest this year, or have not been able to make it to the park for Halloween Haunt, I would definitely recommend either event. If you liked our video today, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, Coaster Boogaloo can be found on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching.